What is up, RC enthusiasts? Check it out. I have these two sitting right here, and they're both bound to that same controller right there. All I gotta do to do that is turn the trucks on first and turn on just that one controller, and you could bind both of them. But if you want to bind them separate, obviously turn on the controller, turn on the truck you want to bind to that controller, let them bind, and then do the similar one to the next pair, so that way they won't interfere with each other, and you could run both. Today, this video is about little issues this guy has. I'm gonna show you right here. I've been able to make this one a lot smoother than this box stock one. I haven't done anything to this one. This one I completely took it apart, put it back together, you know, tightened everything to where I thought it needed to be tightened, made sure everything was moving freely, and I also did a little bit of mods to this that I'll talk about pretty soon. I'm gonna hit the throttle and the motors are both gonna turn on, but this one is gonna struggle to move because it's binding in spots, and this one's gonna check it out. The other one's not even moving at all. But they're both on. See? If I give it more throttle, but just a little throttle. So I managed to make this guy a little smoother. And one other thing I don't like about this, I always have to do that every time I turn the controller on to get the dual rates right. So it doesn't memorize the dual rates I left it at. You're always gonna have to, you know, turn the throttle down a little and then turn the steering dual rate up all the way every time you turn the transmitter on. I guess it's a way you can drive two cars, right? If one moves more than the other. Oh, accident! Alright, check this out right here on this guy. This guy is the fully box stock one. And this is an issue that a lot of them are having. I know some of them are shipping out without this issue, but both of mine have this issue. See that? I don't know if you can tell, but the back is pretty smooth. Well, you can't tell because the front is so jittery. And what's actually causing that is this right here. There's not enough angle to this right here. This hits this part, so this part of the yoke will actually hit this part while it's actually at an angle, and it limits it right there, so you have to cut some of this off. And I'm not talking about the part where the metal part's sitting right here. I'm talking about this end right here. Just shave a little bit of that off right there, so that this doesn't hit it, and then it'll go away. Check it out. As you can see right there, I just took a little bit off. Right here we can see where it's not smooth right there. And now it clears all angles, and this doesn't hit that anymore. I'm gonna hold it right here so I'm not holding any of the links. Super smooth. So yeah, another thing with this is the turning radius definitely isn't the same as the SCX24 turning radius. So you know what? I'm easily impressed, I guess, but for the money, if I didn't know anything about RCs and I just stumbled on this thinking, hey, this kind of looks like some of the RCs some of my friends, you know, that are in the hobby have, and I purchased one of these, it wouldn't be that disappointing, especially if you bring it up to one of your friends that's in the hobby and they pick it up and realize what's under there. They can lead you to a lot of ways to make this thing really good. But you know, there's going to be some people out there that's going to say, don't support the people that, you know, don't have any R&D in the hobby, or, you know, this is just how it is for me. I think some people are going to get into the hobby in a cheaper manner this way, and then they realize they really like it, and they're going to end up getting 2 or 3 axials anyway or something afterwards, and, you know, really be in the hobby in a more expensive way. But to me, this is all part of the hobby. If you can find something like this, especially if you're into modding, then you're going to change everything anyway, right? Might as well save some money there. I understand what people are saying out there about clones and copies and stuff, but it is what it is, I guess, sometimes. So, you know, you gotta have to just, either you can let this be out there and shun the people that buy this just because they bought something less, you know, a little inferior compared to what your purchase was. But these things are pretty cool and they're modifiable and they're gonna get people in the hobby, so It's gonna keep the hobby alive, in my opinion. As for the steering throw, maybe a longer servo horn will get you more steering. I'm not sure if there's any more steering this thing really has to give, though. Yeah, that's pretty much at its limits. So I'll post a picture up right here. You can tell right here, output shaft on this one right here that connects to the dog bone in here has a longer surface area. So it looks like when you turn, it limits the turning radius because of that. And you can probably install the axial ones in here to get a little bit more turning radius. And I'm guessing that's really what's causing this from not turning fully, because I don't see any other reason for this thing not to turn as much as an axial turns, other than those output cups are just too thick material right here. Maybe you can grind them down if you don't want to buy the axial ones and get them to turn a little better. The steering servo on this guy is also on the weird side. You know, it's long and looks like they chopped off the ends of it to fit it in this kind of case servo holder combo thingy. But you could probably use the axial one in here. The only problem I see with that is it's really narrow up here, up front. So with the ear sticking out here for the normal mounting screws, it might interfere with the bumper piece right here or even the tower right here. So you might have to do some sort of mod to make that work right there. I also didn't mention this on my other video, but if you can tell right there where the bottom, the shock mounting point, oh, it's on the back. I'm showing you the wrong side. I don't know if I don't have good enough lighting to see that, I think. But there's actually 3 mounting locations for the shock, for the lower shock mounting point on the axle, paired with the top mounting options right here. So that's one thing the axial axle doesn't have that this one has. That's different. So there you go, guys. Even though they're controversial, I don't know, I think it's still a good buy if that's what you're gonna get and that's what you want to spend. Get one of these. You're gonna end up spending a lot more money anyway modifying it, and realize that's how every RC is about. You're gonna buy a $150 Axial 24 scale and you're gonna put double that in mods. Most people do, at least. I normally don't go that far with my modding, but as you guys can tell if you guys have watched my TRX4M series, I definitely went kind of far with a TRX4 unnecessary mods that kind of cost unnecessarily too much. But you know, everyone has their own fun with the hobby, and I think it should be cool with everyone. I think we should just all enjoy each other's posts and whatever we're into, you know. I mean, it always shows us another part of the hobby that we normally don't see, or what other people are into about the hobby, you know, because we're not all into this hobby in the same way. Some of us like air stuff, some of us like all of it, some of us only thought like ground stuff. I like all RCs. If it has one of these, a controller, I want to try it out. That's just me and RCs. So, well, alright guys, thanks for watching as usual. It's always fun talking about these RCs with you guys, and, you know, leave in the comments what you guys think about this, negative or not, you know, just let me know. I want to know what you guys think about these things. Is it bad for the hobby, good for the hobby? Let's talk about it. Well, alright guys, have a good day, and as always, stay safe out there, and always have fun, and go run that RC.